Hello and welcome to the campus of UMass Boston for tonight's Division II South MIAA semifinals between our Somerville Highlanders and the Boston Latin High School team. Jim, the Highlanders have won 2 playoff games already, one beating King Philip 4-1 and a few days ago beating Stoughton 4-1 to earn the right to play tonight in the semifinals.
And you do the math, Bob. You and I were actually doing it just a minute ago. Romano, Somerville's netminder, playing the 6 periods that we've seen so far in playoff action, letting in a goal a game. So you're looking at a 1.00 goals against them. That's mighty impressive.
That is phenomenal. The bad news is when these two teams met during the regular season, Boston Latin came away with a 6-1 victory. But I was talking to Bill O'Brien before the game, and he said, yeah, Bob, but you know that was at 9:30 in the morning. So I think the Highlanders were a little tired, and they've been playing absolutely phenomenal hockey in this playoff, and they have to come on fire today if they want a shot to play in the finals.
And they are going to come out on fire today, Bob. They got a lot of fans here. The fans, obviously, as they go further and further in the playoffs, the fans grow more and more. It's jumping on the bandwagon a bit, but we'll take it, Bob. We need all the fan support we can get. And a win tonight will bring us to the finals of the South Division anyway. The finals to be held this Sunday, March 7th, Boston University at 5:30. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, Bob. Let's focus on our job today.
Coach Hod's going to look to the big 3 of Brian Santos, Ed Farinato, and Bill O'Brien to do the scoring. Santos has 2 goals and 2 assists in this playoffs. He has 4 points. That leads the team. Ed Farinato also has 4 points with 4 goals. And Joey Vicente, 1 goal, 2 assists for a total of 3 points. And those are your 3 captains, Jim, leading the team in scoring.
And Farinato, Bob, with 3 of those 4 goals came in the last game against Stoughton. So a hat trick there, all in the first period. That was very exciting. I just saw a Boston Latin player take a slap shot and broke a stick. Hopefully that was his favorite stick, and that's now out of the game. So that's exciting. And it's about time now, Bob, to turn it down to the ice for your play-by-play action.
Here you see a shot of the Somerville Highlander hockey team.
Welcome to the campus of UMass Boston.
Getting ready for face-off time.
MIAA playoff game.
And I'm going to let the PA announcer take over.
Somerville High School and the Wolfpack of Boston Latin.
Deafening here, deafening with that PA system.
Yeah, you got to let him talk, so we're just going to let him talk.
Say that again?
Team the Highlanders of Somerville High School. At the right wing, number 12, Bill O'Brien.
Who's this guy next to me?
At center, number 5, Ed Farinato. At the left wing, number 8, Ryan Santos. On defense, number 32, Joe Vincente. On defense, number 6, Dominic Arcello. In goal, number 31, David Romano. And the rest of the Highlanders of Somerville High School. The head coach, Shay Hart.
Now, Jim, we're going to take a nap.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the home team, the Wolfpack of Boston Latin.
Kind of boring.
At the right wing, number 7, Ryan Sweeney.
Whoop-de-doo, Ryan Sweeney.
At center, number 29, John Kern.
Thrilling.
At the left wing, number 15, Nick Collins.
Blue baby, can you feel it?
I'm not amused.
On defense, number 4, Charlie Levin.
I've seen none poker games more exciting than this, Jim.
Brian Norton.
Whatever, all right.
In goal, number 26, John Delaconis. And the rest of the Wolfpack of Boston Latin High School. The head coach, Dave Golding.
This PA announcer thinks he's someone special.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask everyone to please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Bob, one of the starting 5 for Boston Latin, not the most. volume.
Shut up!
Definite.
Jim and Bob have the floor whenever there's a Somerville Highlander hockey event.
I can barely hear the national anthem, and then this guy blows my eardrums away.
Well, Jim, the Boston Latin Wolfpack have a number 2 ranking in the Division II South. The Highlanders come in today's contest ranked number 11th. The underdogs, if you will, they've been the underdogs all tournament long, but they have certainly earned respect making it to the semifinals.
Dalton and Gil McDonald.
Gil McDonald, good referee. Talk about earning respect, Bob. Not only did they get to the semifinals by deserving the wins, but they did it with authority. 2 consecutive 4-1 victories, and that's a sound beating on the first 2 opponents. And hopefully Somerville can three-peat tonight, if you know what I mean. Farinado on the face-off, he wins it for Somerville. Lost the yellow now. In the defensive zone to Vicente. Bob, do you want to do the play-by-play in the first period, or what's going on?
You can do it.
There's a first save by Romano, then the net dislodged. Shot on the pads coming out from the corner. A little bit of a definite turnover, Bob, in Somerville's own defensive end. Right off the face-off, Farinado won it back in the defensive pairing, didn't quite connect, turned it over. They get the rust out of the system early.
Talking to...
We remind fans to please refrain from throwing things on the ice.
Bob forgot the name, I call the game now.
No, I'm waiting for the PA announcer.
Shut
up!
Thought you drew a blank. Farinado fakes the shot, gets hauled down. That could have been a call because they wrapped his arm around him, Bob.
What I was going to say is the fans at home will be able to hear us when the PA announcer's talking.
Right, so you might as well shut up.
Right, so what I was going to say is we were talking to athletic director Mr. Knight before the game, and he said the top player for Boston Latin, Ryan Sweeney, was suspended by his school for 2 games for not having a library pass.
Right.
And you and I didn't think that would hold up in a big tourney game, and it isn't because he's starting for Boston Latin.
Right. Well, that's something, well, I'll talk about that when I get a break in the action, if I do. You don't get many breaks in hockey, but I got a problem with that. I'll tell you about it later. I like to make issues out of things, Bob, as you know. Now, rushing for the loose puck there, Brian Santos beating his man to it, waiting for some help. Wisely throws it down deep in the end to keep the puck in the zone. Capone gave a chase. LaPrette now able to get there. LaPrette seeing his first action of the night. Somerville in a partial line change. I think they've got it completed now. Sinesi out there, Capone. Andrew O'Brien on the ice. Here comes a possible 3-on-1, but Somerville gets back in time. Thrown behind the net, now up the power boards, kept in by the Wolfpack. And here's a break the other way, Bubba, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Sanborn throws it to Capone. Capone now had it partially blocked. I think the stick was poke checked away. Out of the zone, Somerville to clear, working it back, turns over in their own end again. Slap shot, piece of cake, 1-1. Ramon.
Somerville looking a little sluggish. Somerville looking a little sluggish out of the gate, Jim. Not like the first 2 playoff games where they came out with fire in their eyes. They're going to need that if they're going to get past this Boston Latin team.
Well, you know, I haven't stopped thinking about the Farinado hat trick. I think Santos had the other goal in that first period on Stoughton's game. Here's a powerful break for Sanborn. Oh, puck a little bit away from him, couldn't catch it in time. Yeah, you give Somerville too many of those breaks, Bob, they're going to put them in sooner or later.
They are a high-scoring club, Jim. They know how to put the puck in the net.
And I don't have the official stat, Bob, but when they're on top, they're great. They know how to hold on to a lead, unlike the Boston Bruins. So Boston Latin again now trying to work it back, but picked out by Joe Vicente, who wraps it in. Somerville working on a line change. The defensive pairing out there now is Osceola and Vicente. Farinado with a shot. Oh, hit the post! I think he hit the far post on that one, Bob.
Well, that was a great feed from O'Brien to Farinado. Set him up right in the slot, and Farinado beat Balaconis, but it hit the iron. Great chance for Somerville, their best so far in the first period.
Goaltender's best friend, Bob, the post. Centering pass. Loose puck, flipped up high to backhander, rebound, trying to go 5-hole, knocked that after the fact. I believe that's Bill O'Brien. No, it's Santos. Bill O'Brien now checking from behind and back checking. Here's an opportunity. Save by Romano. Follow-through save. Net dislodged. Somerville fans reacting to the great stance shown there by goaltender Romano.
David Romano coming up big. made the initial save and the rebound as well, and a rebound after that. 3 great saves, all from point-blank range, keeping this score at 0-0 with 11:55 remaining first period.
LaPrette and Andrew O'Brien still out there, as is Capone, Sinesi, and Matt Sanborn. Taking the face-off is Joe Kearns for the Wolfpack. Stick lost. Andrew O'Brien lost the stick. It was kicked away by a Boston Latin player. No call. That could have been unsportsmanlike, I believe.
Certainly could have been a call on Sweeney for brushing away Andrew O'Brien's stick down low.
Referee didn't see it as they were watching the play. Taking the hit, Andrew O'Brien gets the puck back in the zone. Not icing. Here's another chance of Boston Latin. 4-on-2 with some back checking, Bob. LaPrette now trying to steer it out of the slot. Leaves it for Sanborn. Sanborn gains the red line. I think he's tired, Bob. Yes, they go for a line change. Gain the line, threw it into the far boards. Joe Vicente now throws it ahead for Sonia.
Russell Cody on the ice for Somerville.
Seeing his first action of the night. Sonia tries to go in front. Aurelio couldn't get a stick on it. Osceola now at the red line. Nice job by Boston Latin to stay on sides on that one. Osceola behind the net now, trying to get it ahead for Sonia. Picked off by Boston Latins. Great hit by Osceola, the sophomore. Sonia now trying to push it ahead. Couldn't get it to Russell Cody. Russell Cody would have had a partial break.
Also looks like some of them might be a little intimidated, Jim. Remembering that regular season contest where they lost 6-1, so they may be a little intimidated here.
Seems to be backpedaling a little bit. They're not headmanning the puck as well as they usually do. Hopefully that's just going to take a couple minutes to get out of their system, Bob. Get some confidence. Collision at center ice. Russell Cody trying to fight for it to keep it in. Can't get there in time. Here comes another 3-on-2. A pure 3-on-2. Plenty of time for Boston Latin. And all they do is shoot it. And that's what David Romano is hoping for, Bob.
What you want to do in a 3-on-2 situation, Jim, is isolate one of the defensemen, turn it into a 2-on-1. Boston Latin unable to do that because Vicente and Osceola played it perfectly, and all they got was a weak shot on net that Romano handled easily, and our score is still 0-0 with 9:57 remaining first period.
They were in great position, Bob. You said it well. Andrew O'Brien now trying to wrap it around the boards. Hit a Boston Latin player. Here comes Somerville again. Here's that speed, Bob, we were talking about. There's headmanning the puck. Santos now. Got it over the line, but it was knocked out. Andrew O'Brien throws it back in. Some of the fans were looking for a tripping call there. Not going to get it. Behind the net is Andrew O'Brien. Andrew O'Brien takes the hit. Bill O'Brien now. Spilled on the boards, couldn't clear it out. Thrown wide of Romano to the goaltender's left. Finally, Santos on a backhanded pass, almost connected with Farinado. We're going to have a penalty coming up here, matching. Going to the box will be number 5 for Boston Latin, Mike Manning. And Andrew O'Brien for Somerville. They're holding each other up along the boards behind the play, Bob. Referee didn't want to let it go on too long, eventually got sick of it and called the matching penalties.
We'll wait to get the official call, but I believe it'll be matching roughing penalties.
Most likely.
Farinado's tripped up, Jim. No call a little earlier ago, and I was keeping my eye on Farinado. I know when he gets frustrated, he tends to get a little chippy, and that's going to be dangerous if he loses his cool. Coach Hart wants Farinado to stay cool, calm, and not take any cheap penalties.
Discipline's so important in this game, Bob. We have 9:13 to go in the first period. With the matching penalties, the team stay 5-on-5. Same amount of room on the ice out there.
Somerville penalty to number 3, a minor for roughing. Boston Latin penalty to
Ball
number
checking
5.
is Capone.
Also a minor
Sanborn
for
helping out
roughing.
along the boards. Capone gives it for Sanborn. Sanborn looking at Sinesi, takes a slap shot. Nice save by the goaltender for Boston Latin, Bob the name. Oh, trying to center it to Sanborn. Plus Sinesi throws a hit.
Penalty to number 5, a minor for roughing. The time of the penalty,
Finally, Boston Latin able to break it out.
43 seconds.
Not able to get the wrist shot with number 7. Oh, David Romano couldn't tie it up, tried to steer it wide. Wrist shot by Ryan Sweeney. That's the one who had the library pass missing and should have been suspended. Number 7. Yeah, I got to talk about that when I get a chance. Senesi now on the far boards, right in front of his own bench, gets the puck out of the zone. Boston Latin throws it in, they'll have to clear, and they do. David Romano now, knowing they have to clear, stops the puck behind his net. It's a shot on net, Bob, in my book, and tied up.
Capone hustling down on Balakonis to force that face-off, not allowing Balakonis to play it to one of his defensemen. So it'll be to the right of the Boston Latin goaltender, and Coach Hart now has out Santos, Farinado, and O'Brien with Lopret and Vicente on the defense.
Great job by Vicente. They're going to call him for a high stick, though, but nevertheless, great
eye-hand coordination.
Yeah, there's a noun I'm trying to throw in there, not an exhibition. Yeah, an exhibition. Exhibition of eye-hand coordination.
Well, unfortunately, it landed a face-off all the way down to the right of Romano.
The most frustrating thing, Bob, in commentating sports is when you can't think of the word you want to say.
The funny thing is, Joey Vicente displaying a tremendous amount of skill in that play, and it ended up hurting Somerville. I do imagine.
The wide world of sports never ceases to amaze me. Billy O'Brien throwing it in now. Somerville trying to keep it in. Farinado in there first, a forecheck. Play it out to Lopret. Lopret wraps the rack around the boards. Santos first one in there. Lopret keeps it in. Great job at the blue line. Finally poked out by Boston Latin. Santos going right back in now in the near corner. Down to our left. O'Brien in front looking for the pass. That's Billy O'Brien. Now he's chasing to the far corner. Santos now in there. Oh, Billy O'Brien trying to tee it up. Boston Latin player taking a dive as Billy O'Brien was trying to get the puck, hoping for a penalty call. Didn't get it. Good non-call by the referee. Oh, dangerous. Very dangerous. Number 9 for Boston Latin, Bob, trying to throw it in front. Pat Barron hit a leg and went right onto Romano. Good thing Romano was paying attention.
Romano has been stellar through the first 2 games of this playoffs, and once again he was in perfect position with his left foot tucked snug against that post, Jim, just in case of a bad bounce in front. They also had the goaltending stick in perfect position as well.
Kept in by Boston Latin. Oh, maybe not. Hard for us to tell, Bob. The fans are standing up down there. We can actually see the entire blue line on the near side. That's where that play was. Apparently it was offside. Face off outside the zone. Out again. Here comes Capone. He's got Sanborn. Shoots it through the legs of his defender. Senesi behind the net now fighting for it. Capone throws it on net in the backhander. Sanborn trying to get to it. Kept in by Andrew O'Brien. Tried to wrap it around the boards, hit a player, trickled in on net. Now first a forecheck. Boston Latin just trying to get it out of the zone. They finally do. Osceola with a big hit takes down his man. Andrew O'Brien behind the net. Oh, he stood up. There's attacker, Bob.
Now we're starting to see the Somerville team that we saw the first 2 games of the season, Jim. I mean, the tournament, coming out and knocking opponents left and right, intimidating them physically and mentally.
Senesi almost got away with a great move there. The beauty of that hit by Osceola was he knocked his man down so deep in the zone by the time the kid got up, Boston Latin was just waiting for him so they could bring the puck back in. He was caught real deep. Still picking up the hits more and more as we go along. Billy O'Brien follows through on a hit. Santos now in charge. Got a little bit of room to skate. Throws it in on the near boards. Farinado going behind the net. Trying to get it up. Trying to get to it in time when Santos couldn't make it. It's going to be a 1-on-2 really. Vicente knocked down. Referee seems to be holding him down, Bob.
Perhaps the referee from Boston Latin, now that they call Somerville with an icing. And the hitting has definitely picked up. Jim, neither team really dominating territorially or with opportunities. Both teams fairly evenly matched so far. And it should be a great game. There's 5:23 left to go in the first period, still 0-0.
You mentioned nobody dominating territorially or with opportunities. Really no heavy testers on either goaltender yet. They both made a couple of saves. Like that one, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be able to save that if my life depended on it. But Romano there, to him, that's all in a day's work. Here's the first souvenir.
There you have it.
Shot over the boards just in front of us. As I was saying, though, neither goaltender having any real real testers. You know, the occasional wrister from the point or a wrist shot from the far boards, a slap shot from far out. Nothing down close, no 2-on-1s that were well executed. So both goalies with the shutout so far, but when the tests start coming, Bob, we'll see who pulls out on top.
Both teams playing solid defense, and that is why we have our 0-0 score.
Another puck there popping over the boards. And we had a puck pop over the boards right into the Somerville bench against the Stoughton team. And Scotty, the manager, took a puck underneath the right eye, Bob. Cut himself open with that. Got some stitches later on. The magic number is 7. 7 stitches on Scotty, the manager. Oh, nice job by Romano, Bob. That puck went wide. Instead of just letting it go and then watching ahead of him, he kept his eye on the puck, saw it bounce back in front and tied it up. Could have been very dangerous if he wasn't watching. Could have hit him off the back of the leg right into his own net.
Keep in mind, Jim, that when Jimmy Buffer was in town a few weeks ago to play a concert at the Fleet Center, he had one place in mind to order subs, and that was Leone's in Somerville.
That's
Jimmy
right.
Buffett ordered a steak and cheese sub. No other town can boast that type of prestigious celebration.
Certainly not Boston Latin. He didn't go there. He didn't go to Stoughton. He certainly didn't go to Cambridge and Medford. He came to Somerville. And probably Arlington too, Bob. That's where we're from. Santos now, though, down low trying to get there in time. But Farinano does on the clearing attempt. His shot was partially blocked, went wide behind the net. But Pratt now one-times it wide to the goalie's left. Farinano going to be the first one there. Farinano steers it in towards the net. Santos being hauled around in front, Bob, being knocked down in front. That's a penalty, they got it. They got the interference, perhaps roughing. Romano leaving the net now. Boston Latin needs to touch it. Oh, dangerous shot from Pratt that took a funny bounce. Didn't get on net. 6 extra attackers out there. Santos now goes behind the net. Finally touched up by Boston Latin as someone will have the extra attacker out there for an extra few seconds.
Brian Santos was trying to go for the loose puck in front of the net, and he was tackled. We're going to have an interference minor, the first power play of the night for Somerville, and a big opportunity to get a 1-0 lead. And what the lead so far in this tournament, Jim, Somerville's been dominating.
Right, flawless, really. So we've got 3:58 to go in the first half. Now, a goal here would be big, Bob. If we could walk out of this period with a 1-0 lead, you know, it's always good to end the period on top. Something to think about on a positive note. Oh, it's a goal! Off the air from the point. Through a couple of legs. Goal change. Just 5 seconds into the power play. Somerville on top of the favored Boston Latin Wolfpack.
I believe Farinano will get in the search because he drew it on the face-off, right back to Arciero, and Balakonis screamed, and Arciero beat him 5-0. What a bomb, 1-0 Somerville, and like you and I just said, Jim, that could be deadly because when they have the lead, they are basically unbeatable. Unbeatable, I should say.
I'll take it either way. As I was saying, Bob, assisted by Farinano. As I was saying.
And that's Osceola's first goal of the tournament.
To be in the locker room with the lead is so much more comfortable feeling than to be in the... Oh! So now that's right with that! So now that's starting to run around the way! Here we go! Here we go! And Boston University, here we come! The roof is on fire!
The roof is on fire!
So that's...
That one was also assisted by Arciero, and with under a minute, Somerville has exploded for 2 goals, and they're on their way. Long way to go, but stay tuned for some more action.
I dare say that was within 30 seconds, Bob, those 2 goals. It's Captain Somerville in the house. Is he here?
Who's your daddy?
Oh, I don't think Captain Somerville has ever come to a hockey game, and if he's not here tonight, he'll be regretting it. Nice job by O'Brien. O'Brien to block that shot on net with his stick. 3:02 to go, 2-0 Somerville. Romano goes it down. It's got the pressure. Well, to be in the locker room, Bob, down 2-0, as Boston Latin very well may be, in just 2 minutes and 58 seconds, is a miserable feeling. And you get a stew on that. You get a stew on this 2-goal deficit, knowing that if you score 2, you're only going to be tied. You need 3 to get, at the very least, 3 to get ahead. It's a miserable feeling, Bob, to be sitting there having nothing to do but think about the fact that you're down. Somerville is going to be thinking positive, thinking good of themselves, and thinking we can really do this.
They cannot stop skating though, Jim. That could be their weakness.
Andrew O'Brien's going to chase this one down. He's got a race going with Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey probably has some coffee. Oh, nice pass in the slot. As soon as he turns around, I'll tell you who it was. Number 9, Pat Byrne. Interesting, Pat Byrne.
In the regular season, Pat Byrne only had 3 goals and 7 assists.
He's a senior.
But he was in perfect position to receive that pass from behind the net one-timer. Nothing Romano could do about it. And now Boston Latin, just like that, just cut the score to 2-1.
Well, unbelievable, you missed it. Romano is tying up his right pads. They weren't on right. Maybe that's part of the reason the goal went in. Nevertheless, he's trying to fix his equipment. Referee just about to drop the puck. Didn't do his job. Oh, what a save by Romano! Referee didn't do his job. This will be icing. And that job is to check both goalies are ready. Wisely, I think it was Farinello taking the face-off, turned and pointed to the goalie, and referee signaled to him, I'm sorry. How can a referee go to center right there for a goal to drop the puck and not make sure the goalie's ready?
Another huge save on Sweeney just a moment ago. 2:14 left, first period, 2-1 Somerville.
I stand corrected, it was Capone who signaled to the referee that the goalie wasn't ready. So Somerville wants to try to stifle this crowd now. Very dangerous pass in front again. That's from the same area the last goal came from. Somerville wants to stifle them, Bob. Get out of this period with the lead and put an end to the momentum that Boston Latin's trying to pick up here. Clearing attempt block. Oh, a tip by Sweeney. That's the library pass kid. Loose puck in front. Romano ties it up. And a nice job by Vicente to line out to block the shot. No call by the referee.
Kearns, after Romano had tied up the puck, just dove over Vicente right on top of the Somerville netminder. I know Joey didn't like that, the Somerville fans didn't like that, and quite frankly, Jim, neither did I.
Nope.
Referee gave Kearns a warning, so there you have it.
A warning. Ridiculous. Is it legal? No, give him a penalty. Blocked. Here comes Billy O'Brien. The shot was blocked by Farinello. Billy O'Brien throws it in. Santos down there. Farinello plays the boards in case he tries to wrap it around. Farinello picks it up. Nice checking by Boston Latin. Farinello picks his foot up to the shot and get through the screen. It was on net, but Kyle Conant was able to see it and tie it up for a face-off to his left.
John Lopret put that shot low and hard, exactly what a defenseman wants to do, through traffic, and Balakonis did a good job to pick it up through the screen and keep the score 2-1 with 1:23 remaining first period.
Always impressed when players can stand in the slot and know a slap shot's coming and stay there to cause a screen. Somebody winds up for a slap shot, I'm playing, I get out of the way. That's just me.
Especially if it's coming off the stick of John Lopret.
Right. Of course, I never played with John Lopret.
And Coach Hart almost got hit with the puck. Oh, my dear heavens. I know Scotty Mello's not on the bench. He's sitting behind the glass because he didn't want to get plugged again, Jim, like he did against Stoughton.
Oh, it's a scary thing, Bob. That might be against doctor. That might be because of doctor's orders. A psychologist would say, get right back in there. Get right back on the horse's saddle. Don't let the fear build up. I would just say buy a helmet and a face shield. Tied up by Romano, 54 seconds. Whoa! Osceola takes exception to the Boston Latin player coming in on Romano after the whistle, knocks him down. No call by the referee. I guess he deemed that one self-defense or goalie defense.
Nick Collins, after Romano tied up the puck, Jim, Nick Collins showed no signs of stopping, so Vicente and Osceola had to converge on him to protect their junior netminder. Chances are Collins won't be doing that in the near future.
Not at all. Here comes Senesi. He's got Sanborn. Throws it in.
Offside.
I think Sanborn got a little bit ahead of that one.
Icing.
Icing! He was like 2 inches from the blue line.
Interesting.
He was 2 inches from the blue line.
Am I seeing things?
We got that on tape, Jeff. We got that on tape. You at home suggest you rewind your video recorder and take a look at that. That was
I don't know. Maybe
the worst icing call I've ever seen.
Maybe he was before the red line. I don't know.
Absolutely not. Wasn't even close to it, I don't think. That's bizarre. Really bizarre. Are you sure it was an icing call? Yeah, it was. The faceoff was down there. All right. Osceola fighting on the far boards, far corner. In his own zone. Oh! Centering pass blocked by Joe Vicente. Finally knocked out of the zone by Senesi. We got 15 seconds, 1-5 to go in the period. 2-1 Highlander score. I'm sorry, Bob.
That what was clearly icing was waved off.
Sweeney's shot partially blocked by Joe Vicente. 4 seconds to go. Behind the net, Vicente is just going to knock it wide, and he does. And that brings an end to the first period, Bob, as the Somerville Highlanders are on top, 2-1.
Once again, Romano playing a stellar period, Jim, making several key saves. Osceola had the goal for Somerville along with Senesi. And at the end of the first period, Somerville 2, Boston Latin 1. We'll be right back here on the Channel 15 Education Channel with second period action. To the Catherine Park Athletic Center here on the campus of UMass Boston. We are just getting ready for second period action between the Somerville Highlanders and the Wolfpack from Boston Latin Division II South semifinals. Somerville has a lead, 2-1, start of the second period.
Bob, I wanted to once again thank the Channel 15 crew for coming on out here today. They always do a fantastic job, but to come on the road, Bob, it's happening more and more often because Somerville sports is getting more and more popular year after year. I wanted to talk, Bob, if you don't mind, about number 7, Sweeney, Ryan Sweeney, the senior. He's not supposed to be playing this game for Boston Latin. Why? He didn't have a library pass the other day. He had a 2-game suspension. And as you said, you and I were talking, we didn't think it would hold up, and sure enough, it didn't. Now, if I was in high school, Bob, and I was obeying the rules, doing what I needed to do, and some kid breaks the rule, gets a punishment, and they don't follow through with it because he's playing a sport, I'd be pretty upset. If I was playing a sport, I got punishment, I would expect it to hold up, and therefore I'd just be following the rules, doing the right thing. For this kid to think he can just walk around any hallway without any library pass because he's going to play a hockey game and he knows they won't punish him is absurd.
It's atrocious.
Where is the legal system in that school?
Atrocious.
To walk around, I mean, he obviously he knew he didn't need the library pass, didn't care because he knew they wouldn't do anything about it. Maybe they said, well, punish you later. That defeats the purpose. Punishment should be immediate and harsh.
For all we know, he could be carrying a firearm.
Next thing you know, he won't have a bathroom pass, and he'll just walk to the boys' room at his own will.
There we have it. Ed Farinata with the puck. 2-on-2 at Santos. Takes a shot, gets checked, and Balakonis makes a save. Balakonis, however, letting in 2 goals in the first period, and that's why we have a 2-1 lead by Somerville. Now Boston Latin trying to work it out of zone. Centering pass there for Kearns. He's going for Sweeney, too far ahead. Sweeney has the edge. In the slot, Kearns, save Romano! Once again, Romano coming up huge as we just got underway here in the second period.
And Vicente with a nice clearing attempt from behind the net down to knock it out of the zone. That's Vicente with the puck now.
Farinata takes a dive and throws it in off the cement wall, and Farinata looks like maybe a little shake on the play.
Flashbacks for Scotty, the manager.
Farinata now limping off. He might have gotten a slash above the knee area. He should be all right. 14-16 remaining second period, 2-1. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Duxbury Canton in the state finals on Sunday afternoon, that being March. Sunday afternoon. Centering pass, nothing doing there for Boston Latin. Andrew O'Brien trying to clear it on the boards, blocked. Thrown in the corner. Bryan is there, 2-on-1 with O'Brien. O'Brien fighting. Capone trying to chip it loose. O'Brien kicks it up the boards to Sanborn. Sanborn trying to work it out. O'Brien's going to try the other side there for Senesi.
O'Brien's legs have got to be exhausted, Bob. All the stopping and turning back and forth non-stop. That wears you out quick.
Senesi has the puck, 2-on-2 with Sanborn. Senesi into the corner. Stops, gets a check, tips it to Sanborn. Sanborn shrugs off his man, knocking down Collins. And now Boston Latin chips it up out of the zone. It won't be far enough for icing, and Romano will leave it there for LaPrette. Centering pass blocked by Capone, and Sanborn trying to back it out of the zone. Center ice, Norton clears it right back in. O'Brien clears it up the boards. Shot from the point is blocked by O'Brien in front.
There's Kearney with the shot.
Somerville being a line change, no icing, went in on the Boston Latin goaltender. Dominic Osceola checking, brought it over the line, but it was offside. He took a high shot from Ryan Kearney. Face-off will be outside the Boston Latin zone with 12:43 remaining second period. Somerville 2, the Wolfpack 1.
Somerville trying to get back some of that momentum they had towards the latter half of the first period when they scored 2 quick goals, starting with a goal, and then within 30 seconds or so soon after, Senesi put in a nice redirect shot to the goaltender's left. Trying to get back some of that momentum now.
Down low is Collins. Collins intercepted by Farinado. O'Brien shot saved by Barraconis. Into a screen. Barraconis blocked the 5-hole just in time. Farinado trying to tip it to Santos. Sweeney takes over for Boston Latin. He is the leading scorer for the Wolfpack. He gets a return feed. Sweeney over the line. Oh!
Oh my God!
That was the hit of the year by Dominic Osceola on Sweeney, and Sweeney is just manhandled.
Bob, he is wishing he didn't get that suspension lifted. He'd give anything to be in the library now.
Oh my God! I give him a 10 for height.
That was amazing. I'm just going to talk about that for the rest of the game.
Sanborn cutting in. Puts it on net. A penalty on Boston Latin.
Credit Osceola with the hit.
Up front, Capone. He put it in the open net, but the whistle blew, and we're going to have a holding call on Boston Latin. Let's hear it for Dominic Osceola.
Todd Glazy loving that hit. That was huge. Absolutely, the kid did. It wasn't quite a 360. That would have been a lot safer for him. He did a 270. He went 3/4 of the way around and landed flat on the ice. The only reason I'm happy about it, Bob, he wasn't hurt. If he was hurt, different story. But the fact that he got up from that was beautiful. That was art. That was beauty. That was hockey. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on a copy of that.
Poetry in motion.
Penalty to number 2, a minor for holding.
It was gorgeous.
3 minutes.
It was like the full extension. It was everything.
Penalty to number 2, a minor for holding. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 16 seconds.
Great shot by Farinado to lift it up over the sprawling defenseman. Osceola with the point, goes across, the center one-timer. On the side of that, Farinado hits net off the moorings.
What a hit! And that hit, Jim, has woken up the Somerville crowd and has put a charge back into the Highlanders skating unit. We have 1:12 left to go on the penalty. Farinado on the draw.
It reminded me of like those gymnasts who like run along that rubber ramp and off a little springboard and do this like off the horse, big 360 in the air, full extension, body nice and straight. That was a complete head over heel. It wasn't a sideways type of flip flop. He didn't roll over him. He went. It was like a back body drop in wrestling. He went up in the air and came back down, upside down. It was a back body drop. That's what it was.
Fans have to be careful. That's the second time the puck has cleared the glass over here in the Somerville end. We don't want any more Scotty Mella injuries. I know people like to be Scotty Mella.
Right.
But at that instant, we'd rather not see it.
What a hit!
Osceola. Big drive block. Couldn't get a handle on the rebound. Osceola keeps it in for Santos. Santos. Shifty playmaker out of the corner. Santos behind the net. O'Brien.
40 seconds on the power play.
Waiting. O'Brien. All the way across the field. Coronado had it and escaped. And here comes Carthus. Carthus.
That's we got a penalty on Bill O'Brien for holding, probably. Called down his man long after he had let go of the puck. Interference is actually the call. That's a good call. That's the lock. I was just about to compliment Bill O'Brien, I still will, for an excellent burst of speed. One of the best skaters I've seen out there, Bob. I don't know if it's always been that way. I don't usually pay attention to those things, but tonight he's flying everywhere. That was a long shift, but after he caught his man, instead of letting him go, he hauled him down.
Teams will be 4-on-4 for 24 seconds.
What a hit!
Oh,
it is holding.
The time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 22 seconds. Somerville penalty to number 12.
Bob, when you put that hit on the highlight tape, if you make one, you got to put it on like 10 times in a row with music, over and over and over. That was the best hit in high school hockey. And again, if he was injured, that's a different story. Thank God he didn't get hurt. And now that he didn't, I can talk about the hit with a smile on my face.
O'Brien down low with Norton. Sweeney takes it over. Back to Norton. Norton and Sweeney playing give and go. Boston Latin now on the power play for 56 seconds. Senesi trying to backhand it out of the zone. It was blocked there by Kearns. And now we're going to have a player in the crease. Boston Latin face-off will be outside the zone with 9:56 remaining second period. 2-1 Somerville.
So there's 49 seconds left now on the power play for Boston Latin. This is their first power play. They haven't shown me much of anything yet. The one time they were able to set it up, they got a man in the crease.
Hard to imagine.
2-1 your score, 9:56 to go in the second period here at UMass Boston.
Keep in mind, Jim Osceola was only a sophomore.
What a hit.
Latin controls.
What was that high fist to the face there long after the whistle?
John Kearns trying to give Osceola a little payback for the Sweeney hit, but Osceola, I'm telling you, Jim, solid.
Yeah, they all got Osceola's number now, Bob, but he wouldn't mind throwing a few more back body drops, maybe a spear and a jackhammer too.
Kearney shot, tipped, save Romano, rebound, just tipped wide by Kearns.
Sweeney without a stick now, runs over to the bench and gets one, but now he's out of the play.
Boston Latin fires it back in on Romano. Vicente takes it there and stares it down.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Under 20 seconds on the penalty.
Vicente flew that one just high enough to get over everybody, but soft enough to take time to get all the way down there. It was beautiful.
Senesi picks off the pass and clears it down.
Senesi goes to the bench, as does Capone. Somerville wants a line change.
Farinado and Santos out there now. Norton. Osceola fighting him. He lost it. Shot wide by Kearns. Penalty is up. Here comes Farinado.
That was a good 3 or 4 feet wide to the right of Romano. No call there. Referee thinks he might have taken a dive. Hard to say.
Kearns takes a shot deflected by Osceola.
Vicente.
Osceola tied up. That's holding. That is holding. And Romano gloved it in the crease. That was holding by Kearns.
Starting to get chippy, Bob. Then as he turns around, I'll let you know, threw another cheap shot after the whistle on Osceola. Osceola skated towards him and then was held back by one of his teammates, number 29, John Kearns. Cheap shot.
That was textbook holding. Kearns on Osceola. And now we have a stick problem as the referee brings one stick back to the Boston Latin player.
Let me ask you this. I'll ask you later.
All right, throwing out on the drive, Carthus. Shot partially blocked. O'Brien chips it out of the zone. Boston Latin back on side, but O'Brien steers it out of zone, and here comes Bill O'Brien. Centering pass, tipped just wide of the net. That could have been dangerously in as Colonis came off the post. Santos now fighting down low. Farinado tried to tip it in front. And then Boston Latin comes out 3-on-2. Offside, yeah! The Wolfpack.
O'Brien did a nice job to hold his man up enough to throw off the timing of that offensive threat, and the winger goes offsides. Face-off will be outside the zone. Well, I want to ask you, I know if a player breaks his stick, he's supposed to drop it, go to the bench and get another one. You can't pick it up because it's dangerous. But if you just drop your stick in the play, you can't go to the bench and get another one, can you? You have to get the one you drop, right?
No, you go to the bench for a new piece of lumber.
No, I'm not talking about it. If it doesn't break, you just drop it. Are you allowed to go to the bench and get another one?
Yeah.
You can, really? I thought you had to pick
You
up
can't throw your stick at something, but if you drop it accidentally and you happen to be skating by the bench, you can pick up another one.
There you have it.
Eric Sonia trying to steal down low. Vicente keeps it in. Russell Cody on the ice now for Somerville.
Thanks to off the boards.
Hand pass. Seattle just embarrasses Manning. And now the hand pass is called. Face-off will be all the way right inside the blue line, or I should say outside the blue line, in the neutral zone of the Boston Latin zone.
You can only make that hand pass in your defensive part of the ice, Bob. Referee, nice job to see it. It was a delayed hand pass. Took a while for Boston Latin to touch up with it. In fact, it was a nice job by Somerville not to touch it, since it would have been in their zone if they did.
Vicente clears it in. Russell Cody's the first one there. Centering pass. Really out back. Rebound San Carreras. And Sonia was pushed into the back of the net. You can call that interference. You can call that cross-checking. You can call that intent to injure. Delay a game. Anything you want, but it wasn't called.
You can call it cheap. 2 minutes for cheap.
Puck was nowhere near Eric Sonia.
What a hit. What was going through Sweeney's mind when he was about halfway over?
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. God help me. Why did I play this sport? I used to play the flute.
Oh, I want to be in a library.
Sonesi hauled down in front, no call. Loose puck. Can't get the shot off.
I bet you the teacher, oh wait a minute. Yeah. I bet you the teacher who gave him that suspension for not having a library pass, who caught him in the hall, was probably upset that he didn't get suspended. And if that teacher is here, probably a little smile deep inside to say, that's what you get? You don't see Osceola walking through the halls without a library pass.
Somerville has a 3-on-2 break if they hurry. Sanborn over the line on sides. Stops. Puts on the brakes. Backhanded towards the net wide.
Sonesi steered off.
And Carabonis ties up the ricochet off the boards. 6:40 remaining second period. Somerville 2, Wolfpack 1.
Bob, the Lady Highlanders last night.
Oh, stop it. You're going to make me cry.
No.
You're going to make me cry.
Fantastic job against the Haverhill Hillies. That's their name, the Haverhill Hillies.
Jim and I still don't know what a hilly is.
And even with a name like that, they were able to pull out a victory over the Highlanders. We would give our best again to the Lady Highlanders for a phenomenal season. Maybe later on we can talk about it. But the Somerville Highlanders, the hockey team here now, knows that we're no longer commentating basketball. And what they're doing here, aside from trying to win a championship to go to the finals, they're also trying to keep Jim and Bob employed.
Lopret dumps it back in the zone. Somerville now on side. Norton has the puck. Norton finding his way out of the zone. Gains center ice and backhands it in and takes a beating from Farinado and O'Brien.
Nice sandwich check.
Once again, we ask fans to please find seats in the stands. Thank you.
Once again, Jim Bob asked the PA announcer to shut up.
Right.
Lopret.
There's a fan there for Boston Latin trying to get a chant going in front of her fans, standing in the aisleway. PA announcer guy tried to get her to sit down and was successful.
O'Brien forechecking down low. Sanborn steals. Plays it back to Osceola. Osceola couldn't keep it in. And now the fans are starting to get charged.
I wonder if that's offsides.
Belmonte was able to sneak around Osceola at the Somerville blue line, but called for an offside.
I wonder if the Boston Latin Wolfpack has always been called the Wolfpack, or they recently changed that due to the popularity of the New World Order.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The red and black NWO, also known as the Wolfpack.
I'm thinking about changing my name to Big Papa Pump.
Well, that's a good name, Big Papa Pump.
If you know what I mean.
I'm thinking of going with Mark Henry's nickname of Sexual Chocolate.
It's also a good name of a band, by the way.
Right.
Senesi. Can't control it off the pass. Sanborn keeps it in. Sanborn, had it in the slot, but lost it in the skates. Sanborn, great extension to keep it in momentarily. Vicente diving at center ice. And Capone throws it deep. Backhand around the board, Senesi steals. Senesi trying to go down low to Sanborn, but Sanborn is rubbed out of the play. Boston Latin chips it out of the zone. Working there is Manning. Manning throws it deep. Osceola's the first one back. Around the boards. Kearney will have it. His shot, tipped, save Romano. Rebound, save Romano.
They got a penalty coming up, Bob, for taking shots. I think for taking a shot at Romano after the puck was tied up. I don't know.
Awful, awful. There's absolutely no reason why the referee should be taking off Vicente. He was protecting his goaltender.
And Jeff Argentiano is raising the people's eyebrow. He's not happy with the call.
Mike Manning was just chopping away at Romano clearly after the whistle, which is a penalty in itself, and they take Vicente off for just protecting his goaltender. They took Joey off for doing his job. F for officiating from the Channel 15 crew.
Some of the hands getting on the referee, it sounds like.
You can see Coach Hart now furious, trying to get the referee to do something correct in this game. Awful.
Somerville penalty to number 32.
There's a chance for Boston Latin to get back in this. Well, they are in it, but 2-1 to tie it up. We talked about what it means to be ahead at the end of a period. Boston Latin doesn't want to be there 2 periods in a row stewing on a deficit.
This very well, if Boston Latin scores, Jim, this very well could be the turning point in the game.
This could change the tempo, Bob. Boston Latin ranked, I believe, second in second in Division II South. So this would really bring their confidence back to where it was when they walked into the building. Somerville's knocked them down a few pegs, but tying it up here would bring them back to say this is the way things should be. Somerville's really got to do a good job killing this penalty. They're well positioned.
Romano makes a save through the screen and steers it to the corner with his stick.
58 seconds on the penalty kill.
Kearns trying to set up Sweeney. Goes back to the point. Kearney, shot blocked by Santos. Rebound trickles wide into the corner. O'Brien fighting with Kearns. Centering pass, missed everyone. Levin has it at the left faceoff circle. Down low for Osceola. Osceola fanned on it. Sweeney behind the net. Kearns trying to center it. Back to Kearney. Kearney to Sweeney. Kearns missed it. Kearns had a wide open net. Sweeney missed the open net in the one-timer.
He's still dizzy from the hit.
There it is. Santos trying to break. Santos.
At the very least, Bob, he was able to push the puck further down. 15 seconds on the penalty kill.
Wow.
Oh, Boston Latin missed it, Bob. They had it in the palm of their hands.
Long drive from Vine, missed the net. Sweeney, Levin, his shot, ricocheted wide, the penalty's up. Centering pass, Kearns couldn't stick it out of midair, and Farinaro clears.
Nice job by Somerville, except for that one opportunity. There wasn't really much going on there for Boston Latin on that power play.
Senesi trying to reach in, trying to get around his defenseman there, Levin. Somerville survived that penalty, Jim. I use the word survived. Out of all the kindness of my heart, Boston Latin had great opportunities down low and could not put the puck past Romano.
Well, they had the puck, working around the perimeter and the boards, Bob, but the real key to a penalty, to a power play, is to either get some quality shots from the point or to get the puck in the center, and except for that one opportunity, there really wasn't too much of that, so it really wasn't a bad penalty kill for Somerville. They did a good job. And Sanborn now controlling in his own corner, actually in Boston Latin's corner.
Chipped up and out of the zone there by Boston Latin. Vicente will be the first one back. He's being chased by Coffey.
Romano threw a little hit on Coffey as he tried to cut in front of the net. Romano catches the long shot.
That time, the Somerville defense did a great job clearing out the front of the net, and Romano also another great job to keep the puck bottled up inside himself and not letting a rebound. In fact, he did such a great job, he almost couldn't find it.
I wonder if Sweeney doesn't have a library pass between now and get back on that later. Let's call the game.
Back to the point, Norton keeps it in. Deflected to the corner, Lopret there. Sanborn, backhand pass to the zone. Tipped out there by Senesi. Boston Latin's got to clear to get back on side. Sanborn tips to O'Brien. O'Brien up to Capone. Capone can't move it into the Boston zone. His second effort did. Norton around the boards. No, he stops there. Spins away from Senesi. Gets it up, and Boston Latin has the outlet pass. Here comes Bellomonte. Bellomonte, 2-on-1. Great into O'Brien to block the centering pass.
That's his job, Bob, is to intercept the pass. The goalie takes the shooter, and he did his job. If the puck was shot instead of passed, it would have been Romano's job to take it. The puck was passed across the front. It's O'Brien's job. Well done.
Sweeney.
Great back checking there by Capone.
Senesi is off. He's tired, so he had to go for a line change.
Minute 14 to go in the second.
Pass
No
over.
goals so far in the second period. Sorry, Bob.
Vicente now throws it to center ice. O'Brien is there. O'Brien steps around Norton. O'Brien dumps it in. Santos giving chase. Santos. O'Brien, Farinado behind the net. O'Brien works it in front. Blocked by Norton. He was going for Farinado. And Boston Latin chips it out of the zone. Sweeney with Kearns. Osceola back checking and poked it away.
I got a beef with that one. That went off the hand of a Boston Latin player. That could have been a hand pass, I think, even though it was incidental.
Farinado takes a hit. Santos.
30 seconds in the second period.
Kearns goes for Sweeney.
25
Vicente
seconds.
picked off that pass. And Joey throws it back in the zone, knocking down a couple of Boston Latin players in the process.
18 seconds.
Collins, his drive wide. Both teams looking like a little tired now, Jim.
Absolutely.
Osceola trying to get it out, blocked. Down low.
8 seconds.
Cathis, shot blocked by Vicente.
Beautiful.
And that should do it for the second period.
Nice job by Vicente there, Bob. To stand there solid, not to flinch, not to turn the face away. Watch the puck, let it hit him. Take it for the team. Plus he's wearing the equipment, so why not? And what we've got now is a 2-1 game. No goals in the second period. 2-1 your score. We're going to go into the third period, Bob. If Somerville can hold on to the lead, we talked about it earlier. It's great to be on top between periods, and Somerville is phenomenal when they have the lead. And they've been able to hold on to that lead. Can they do it for the rest of the game?
I certainly hope so. Boston Latin starting to maybe turn the tide momentarily, but hopefully Somerville will hold on. And you're watching Channel 15's Educational Channel. We'll be right back with third period action here in UMass Boston.
Took a puck to the face the other night. Look at him, he's a trooper. He's back on the bench. He's not behind the glass. Against doctor's orders, he's out there. And what a hit in the second period. Osceola on Sweeney. He dropped him, Bob, like I've never seen somebody dropped.
Quite possibly the best hit we've seen all season long in any division of hockey.
You'll never see that again. You'll never see that again in high school hockey. You'll probably never see it again in hockey, period. You want to see that, turn it into the WWF.
In fact, I believe that move was made illegal in the WWF because it was so dangerous.
So dangerous. And even then it was fake. This was the real deal. I keep talking so loud. I'm spitting a lot on the people down below us.
As long as you don't spit on me, Jim, we're fine.
Four times I spit over this table onto people.
We're fine, we're fine.
What was Derek Bates? Derek Bates, last year's goaltender for Somerville Highlander hockey, just signaled to you. What was he asking you?
He will be subject to a bench minor. Please refrain from throwing things on the ice, and at the conclusion of the game, do Do not hang on the glass, bang on the glass either. Thank you.
I had to wait for the dumb PA announcer to shut up. What Derek Bates is motioning to me, he wanted to know if the Lady Highlanders won last night. I unfortunately had to tell him that they did not, and we both started to cry.
Well, the bad thing about that, Bob, is you can't tell him from this distance that the Highlanders are in that game all the way through and shut out the Haverhill Hillies for the first 9 minutes of the game. So, yeah, too bad we couldn't give him the details and let him know. Oh, Santos with a break at the line. Nice job to stay on sides on that long feed pass through neutral ice. Nevertheless, Bates will see the game. It'll be aired again, I'm sure, on Channel 15, the educational channel. Check your local listings, because the national listings won't have it. Vicente now catches the clearing attempt in neutral ice, tried to give it to O'Brien, intercepted by Boston Latin, now thrown back in. Whoa, almost thrown over the glass, very dangerous, gotta pay attention. Boston Latin throws it back in, they can't touch it, they'll be offsides, they clear. By the time they try to attack again, the puck is back in neutral ice. Now Santos, checking. Kept in by Bill O'Brien. Oh, tried to put a move on.
The water gym from the Zamboni actually prevented Bill O'Brien from making that pass.
Well, it stopped the puck in its tracks. A good hustle there by Andrew O'Brien to keep the puck in neutral ice, throw it back into the Boston Latin Wolfpack zone. Right back out. All we've seen so far, Bob, is just a lot of back and forth clearing attempts from each team zone. No real action yet. There's your first man going down, and it's a Wolfpack player.
That pass by Andrew O'Brien, trying to clear it out of the zone, hit the referee in the back, and popped up into the Somerville bench. We are just underway here in the third period. 13:41 remaining. Somerville 2, Wolfpack 1. Jim, if Somerville wins, they will play on Sunday at BU in the championship, the finals, and I'll have to skip Mass that day just to attend that game.
You're going to have to skip church, Bob. I know you don't like doing that. This is going to be the first time that you've missed Mass, I don't know, ever. Sanese down in the corner. Tried to center it, throw it on net. It was fielded by the goaltender Balakonis. I can never remember that name. A nice slash there by Sanborn. This shot goes wide. Bob, I'm a little bit worried if Boston Latin scores here. The momentum is so important in hockey. If they get a goal, to get the momentum in your favor in the third period, it can be deadly. Great save by Romano. But Pratt wraps it around the boards, trying to clear, can't quite make it. Tipped wide by Osceola. Sinesi tried to throw it out, can't do it. Gets knocked down on the boards, loses his stick, puck caught behind the net. I just spit again. Interference call coming up here, Bob.
Someone will go on the power play.
Now, someone will score on their first power play 5 seconds into it. A goal here by Somerville would be just as important as it would be for Boston Latin. Momentum, Bob. 12 minutes and 53 seconds ago, Somerville with a 1-goal lead. That's not enough to sit on. It's not enough to sit back on. Bob finds the penalty call amusing.
No, that's the way I spelled it on the profile.
Oh, you're looking at it laughing.
Look at it.
F-E-A-R-E-N-C-E. Fearance.
I can't do anything tonight.
At least you know you
Spelled it wrong.
yeah. Yeah, you weren't happy with your play-by-play in the second period. I thought you did a fine job, Bob.
Well, I appreciate the support, Jim.
All right. Vicente now ahead for Bill O'Brien, who leaves it further ahead for Farinato. He's got Santos in front, Santos in front, Bill O'Brien behind the net, Farinato. Apparently it must have hit a pipe or a light up top, Bob. It popped straight up.
I would have liked to have seen Farinato, Jim, stop behind the net. Instead, he came around the other side and trying to feed back to the point. It was blocked.
Right.
Stop behind the net, set it up, because whenever you do that, you always seem to get the other team a little shaken up.
Right, they also stop. And anytime you get your opponents just standing around in their defensive zone, you can really make something happen. Suddenly you get your teammates to stop moving, the other team is standing around, you can get some openings. Vicente wraps it into the left side. Picked up by Santos, trying to help out there is Farinato. Santos to Farinato, gloves it down. Farinato now walking in front. Farinato, oh, backhand is, couldn't get good wood on it. It was one hand, trying to dig it out as Bill O'Brien. Puck is loose. Referee finally blows the whistle, Bob, as he lost sight of it. I'm surprised he waited that long, to be honest with you.
Referee doesn't want to see any player get hurt because when a puck is tied up beneath someone, it could be dangerous because players are just going to whack at it, and the referee doesn't want to see anyone get hurt unintentionally. That's why he blew the whistle.
You talk about getting hurt, Bob. You talk about dangerous. What a hit in the second period. Osceola on Library Boy just sent him head over heels. Vicente now in a race, and he wins it. That race was with number 9, Pat Byrne. Shot in, Romano saw it all the way, gloves it down. Wisely didn't tie it up so there wouldn't be a face-off in the zone. Hand pass legal in the zone, gave it to Vicente. Somehow wound up back on Vicente's stick after a failed clearing attempt, and now Somerville with the line change. Santos down, forechecking. They don't want to give Boston Latin free ice all the way back up, so he's going to stay out there until he goes by the bench again. Nice job by Romano to glove the high shot down, fall on top of it to tie it up. Santos now, tired, goes to the bench to complete the offensive line change.
We got a huge round of applause from the crowd, Jim, because Senesi absolutely labeled Collins here at the blue line.
Ice hockey championships.
Well, as we mentioned, Bob, if Somerville wins tonight, the finals for the Division II South will be played at Boston University this Sunday, March 7th at 5:30. I'm going to have to go to that game right from a magic show I'm doing in Hyde Park. I'll probably get there 15 minutes, 10 minutes before the face-off, but I'll be there, Bob, as long as the Somerville Highlanders will be there as well. I might be a little bit discombobulated in the first period, but that wouldn't be anything that we're not used to by now.
Hopefully by then I can collect my marbles as well.
Right.
I'm still a little shooken up from the Lady Highlander loss.
Oh, well, it's tough.
Less than 24 hours ago.
Right. So the Highlanders here now, the hockey team, doing their best to keep Jim and Bob employed. This is our job now, Bob, men's hockey. Keep Jim and Bob employed. Pass intercepted there by number 33, Norton. LaPrette now behind his own net, wraps around for Senesi. Senesi on the boards. Oh, had a nice idea, Bob, to give it to the streaking
Senesi.
No,
Capone.
Sanborn. For some reason, and I've actually played with Sanborn, roller hockey, Bob. He's one of the few people I've played with us on this team. For some reason, I could never get his name. I know him, I can picture his face, and I know I just can't get the name. I know him better than I know a lot of the other players, but I don't know.
That could be a new team slogan, Jim, for the Highlanders. Keep Jim and Bob working.
There you go.
That'll give the team incentive to win.
Unless they don't like us, in which case they'll blow the game. Vicente now in his own zone. Very dangerous. Sweeney was attacking. Cleared it out. Capone almost able to pick it up. He had to bat it down. Thrown in now. Vicente stays in front as Osceola gives it chase. Capone now trying to help out Osceola. Dangerous shot, it was blocked. Centering pass. Great job by Capone to come back and help out. But finding the far side, number 15, Bob. Nick Collins, a sophomore. He started in the game. What can I tell you? Capone did a fantastic job to come back deep to help out on defense. Made the initial block. But then on the follow through the far post, Romano couldn't see any of it at all. Nick Collins finds the net.
Well, the Somerville team, Jim, is acting as though they just lost the world. It's only 2-2. There's still plenty of time left. It's anybody's ball game. They have to get back into it, get their heads focused, and just come out and kick some goal.
Farinello knocked his man down right off the faceoff. It's a 2-2 game. It's anybody's game now. Who wants to go to Boston University? Santos at the blue line. Great pass to Farinello across to O'Brien. O'Brien tells every single Boston Latin fan to sit down, slow down, quiet down, and some of the fans are making more noise than we've heard all season. Well, that was gorgeous. Santos at the line, but Farinello returned it into traffic, and at just the opportune moment, pitched it off to the right to Billy O'Brien, who came down across on the backhander, found the net. If this guy would shut up, I could describe it without screaming, and I just spit again.
Assist to number 8, Ryan Santos.
That could be one of the prettiest goals you're going to see, Jim, in the tournament. A beautiful backhand deep.
Oh my God! Vicente just sent somebody through the ice. I just put again. Let this be a lesson to everybody in Somerville. If you're ever at a hockey game, don't sit 2 rows in front of me, because that seems to be about the average distance of my spit projectile.
Niagara Falls!
Bring an umbrella or steer clear. I wouldn't have to yell so loud, this guy would stop screaming.
Shut up, you PA announcer. Nobody in Somerville wants to hear him.
No. Well, our careers stay intact, and our hopes and dreams of seeing these boys pull it off are starting to turn around again. Looking good. Andrew O'Brien back. Oh, took a dangerous fall. They got a penalty coming up, Bob. Somerville wants to go on a power play. I believe a tripping. Referee now about to make the signal.
That can almost be called for an attempt to injure, Jim.
Tripping, number 17, Brian Carthus.
Carthus was jogging at O'Brien, just trying to kick his feet from underneath him with a stick, and O'Brien went awkwardly into the boards. Very dangerous play. O'Brien appears to be all right. Like I said, that could have been intentional. It certainly was.
Referee now blowing the whistle, trying to get the Somerville 5 players to get on the ice. That could also be delayed game if they wait too long. It took them a while to get out there. And if you're going to take a while, you got to call a timeout. You only got one, you don't want to waste it. Referee didn't want them dilly-dallying too much, keeping the fresh line out there, which is exactly what they did. Santos, O'Brien, Farinado are out there. Back on defense are Vicente and Osceola. Somerville ball with a chance to pull ahead by an additional goal. Right now they're up 3-2. Oh, very dangerous one-timer over the net. Romano, nice stick handling to clear it wide to Osceola, throws that to Santos. Santos off the boards to Billy O'Brien. Billy O'Brien behind the net. Bob, 8 minutes and 8 seconds, Rob. Farinado. Oh, what a great save. Oh, nice job by Santos on the rebound. Great save by netminder for Boston Latin, Balakonis. And here's a break. Osceola has the angle on him. Oh my God, that's the same 2 people. That's the same 2 people.
That's twice.
That is Osceola and Farinado.
Hey, Sweeney's hurt.
Oh no.
Sweeney is hurt. Oh my
With the shot
God.
wide.
Sweeney, he didn't have the strength to pick up his stick, Jim. He's so hurt.
Oh my God, I need a whistle. I gotta talk.
You're not talking.
Oh my God. I gotta call the game. No, I gotta talk about what I want to talk about. Vicente to Andrew O'Brien around the boards. No. Bob, that was the same, I spit again. The same 2 people. Again, that one hit you. The same 2 people. Upended. Osceola over Sweeney. Sweeney, more than ever, wishing he was in the library. Bill O'Brien now loses it along the boards. We hope Sweeney is okay. I'm not excited about that, but I'm excited about the energy that the fans are starting to feel. The team now. A hand pass.
Wow. Osceola has Sweeney's number.
I gotta sit down. But the beauty of it was you saw her coming. You saw Osceola.
I think that was worse than the first one.
I don't know, the first one he went straight up in the air. This one was more dangerous, probably because it was twisty and turny. But Sweeney was coming in at an angle on the net from the boards at the blue line. Osceola in center ice, cutting him off, got there just in time. Instead of hitting him, bent down and let the kid fly right over him. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And the camera crew loved every minute of it. Todd and Jeff smiling. They know action when they see it. 3-2. Sineste now trying to steal it down low. The teams are at 5-on-5.
That clearing attempt into the Highlander zone, Jim went right into the Highlander bench. Fortunately, no one was hurt. 6:36 remaining, third period. 3-2 Somerville. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Duxbury Canton in the Division II South Championships on Sunday. And keep in mind, I will skip Mass for that game if Somerville wins.
Right. I wonder if Sweeney, if somehow, some way, miraculously, Boston Latin pulled off a win, If now, and between that game against FBU, if he didn't have a library pass and got caught again, would they uphold the suspension this time, or they let him slide yet again? Well, we're not going to find out, folks, because Somerville High School is rocking and rolling with 6:17 to go. Sanborn down low, Capone on the boards. Sinesi trying to help out. Capone again, nice job to keep it in. Sinesi now in a race. Nice job by Sanborn to block this side of the boards. There he is helping out now. Sinesi to Sanborn. Sanborn takes the hit, loses the puck. Over on the boards to keep it in is Farinado. No! Oh, what a great hit by Farinado. I spit again. I don't know why I'm spitting so much. I think it's I'm yelling.
Maybe you need a drink of water or something. Want some Sprite?
No. If I want to spit, I want it to be pure spit.
I understand.
It might be commentated 3 nights in a row now, Bob. I think it's the 5th game in 6 nights. But this is the 3rd in a row. Maybe my lips are tired. It's amazing, isn't it?
First time in the history of Jim and Bob commentary, we've done 3 nights in a row.
Right. And my lips...
This whole season, Jim, has been just record after record broken.
On the ice, on the court, and in the commentating booth, I've spit more times now than Sammy Sosa. Oh, Farinado steals it. Right in the slot. Tries to go into Santos. Santos steals it away.
Somerville now, Jim, right back into their defensive mode because they have the lead once again. They got to be careful.
Well, that looked offensive to me, Bob. Romano ties it up.
The referee immediately waved it off.
A whistle was blown. That could be why the net is off the moorings. That's maybe why it blew the whistle.
I've never saw the puck cross the goal line, Jim, and the goal light never went on.
Right, I didn't see either of them. That's what I was watching. Really see much of the goal line due to the traffic in front and the angle we're at, but the red light never went on, and the goal judge had a great view of it. He's right there. You see him. Well, I don't know if he's on the camera now, but behind the net, standing underneath the blue light that's on right now. I don't know why the blue light is on right now, but whatever.
We call that in the hockey world premature celebration by Boston Latin.
Right. Oh, Vicente's got to be careful. He got called for that before. Trying to save Romano from the cheap shots afterwards. Somerville does not want to find themselves on a penalty kill now, Bob. Except for letting in a goal, that's the last thing they want to do. I spit again.
Osceola is now off the bench area, walking behind the Somerville bench. Osceola might be a little shaken up. He's holding his ribs. More on that later.
Not that anybody's going to come update us. A 2-on-1! Santos is on the left side. Oh, shot on wide by O'Brien. Not a bad idea. He didn't have the pass, but we didn't have the lane. Took the shot.
Man in the crease. The faceoff will be outside the Boston Latin zone. O'Brien and Santos on your 2-on-1. And O'Brien, the Boston Latin defender, played that just about perfectly. He took the passing lane away from O'Brien, and O'Brien, all he had to do was shoot, and he missed the net. That could come back to haunt the Highlanders later on. Hopefully it will not. Woo! Excitement after excitement from the Lady Highlanders to the hockey team. Somerville High School Sports is where it's at.
You know, if I was the head coach of the Boston Latin Wolfpack, I'd start thinking about calling my timeout within the next minute or two if Boston Latin doesn't put one in. No sense in waiting until there's 20 seconds left to call a timeout. You can't do much in 20 seconds. Come up with a strategy now, give your team a few minutes to be able to execute it. Hopefully he can't hear me, but I want to give him my brilliant advice. Vicente does a great job to steer his man off. Now that could be a hand pass if, okay, good, Boston Latin didn't touch it. Sinesi off the boards to play it out. Now, someone doing a good job while keeping the pressure on, but they don't want to get too far back on the like this to let the puck trickle in the zone. Romano, great job to tie it up.
Romano had all the time in the world, Jim, to elect to play it to Lopret, which I probably would have done in that situation because there were no Wolfpack around him. Lopret had a chance to clear the zone, keep the clock going, but now there's a face-off in the Somerville zone, and that's not what you want. With 4:28 remaining in third period, Somerville holding on to that 3-2 lead.
Face-off to the left of Romano, 4:28 to go. 3-2 the score. Bob, when you're playing hockey, can you hear the fans screaming like this, or do you block it out?
Well, I usually don't have too many fans cheering for me, Jim. If I had this fan basis, I probably could hear it, but on a normal situation, no, I'll have to say no.
Okay, so I guess my question is it worth it? Sharing this line, is it worth it? Does that get the players pumped up, or does the glass prevent them from hearing it? Great save by Romano!
Romano is playing out of his mind.
That will not be icing as it went up to the crease. If it goes on net or simply through the crease, it is not icing. Spill behind the play was Capone, no call. Saved by Romano, steered wide. He's facing a lot of shots all of a sudden, Bob, and that scares me. Here's another one. Oh, redirected. Nice job to steer the puck wide. I believe it was LaPrette. And in front, Romano ties it up. Net dislodged.
Oh, Boston Latin is not going to go quietly into the night, Jim.
No.
They are going to keep coming with this pressure. If the Somerville defense can keep the puck on the perimeter and not allow Boston Latin any shots in the slot area or down low, I think they're going to walk away with this one because Romano has handled everything from about 20 feet out so far.
But the question is, if he handles it, can he control the rebound? A bad rebound, the puck loose in the slot is pretty dangerous, Bob.
Dangerous indeed, almost like rock climbing with no rock climbing equipment.
I like it.
Thank you. Oh, my first good thing I said all night.
What a hit in the second period. Oh no! Oh, Bob, that's first goal. I spit again. I keep spitting.
Make sure you just direct it away from my area, Jim.
Oh, near turnover. Farinetto almost stole it at the blue line. Boston Latin trying to break in. Nice job, Billy O'Brien, to push a man off the puck. Someone closes up. Farinetto. Billy O'Brien trailing. Oh, he almost tried to get it in front of Billy O'Brien. He did try. Didn't make it. Billy O'Brien shot on net. Farinetto scores! Farinetto scores! Farinetto scores! Farinetto! And Farinetto scores! Ladies and gentlemen, with 2 minutes and 58 seconds, the Somerville Highlanders have pushed up to a 2-goal lead. You and I were talking to Ed Farinetto before the game, Bob. He seems to be in good spirits. He seems to be focused. In fact, I even told Farinetto I was going to start a rumor about him tonight, so here it comes. Here's a rumor. I made it up, and here it comes. Farinetto wishes he were a backstreet boy. There you have it. Something to say to him in the hallway. I think he has a good sense of humor.
Farinetto, we have a timeout, Somerville. Timeout, Somerville, Jim. Let me analyze that play for you.
Please.
O'Brien got the puck down low, put on a move, threw the shot on net at a tough angle. Farinetto picked up the rebound, walked out in front, and burned Balakonis like a rented mule, 5-hole, to give Somerville the 4-2 lead with 2:58 remaining third period. And interestingly enough, Jim, calling the timeout was Somerville and not Boston Latin.
Right, that's very interesting, Bob. I wouldn't have even thought to look at the referee like you did, so that's another good thing you've done tonight. You also got a better parking spot than I did tonight, so that's another good thing. But the referee signaled that the Somerville team called the timeout. I wouldn't have even thought to look. Why kill the momentum? Hey, here we go, boys! Here we go! Jim, Bob, waiting to the players now.
It's not over yet, Jim. 2 goals can easily be scored in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Somerville has to keep skating. They have to keep skating and hitting.
All right, assuming that Boston Latin doesn't score within the next 3 minutes, I want you to call at what time will Boston Latin pull the goalie. I'm calling 1.5 minutes.
That's a good estimation on your part, Jim.
Face off all the way down on his end. If it stays there, he won't be leaving the net at all, Bob. But Boston Latin was ranked number 2 in the Mass Division 2 South. Somerville was ranked 11th. Somerville now, with a win here, goes to the finals, which means they are one of the top 2 teams, not Boston Latin. Again, Somerville misjudged, not given enough credit, much like the girls' varsity basketball team wasn't ranked nearly as high as they should have been. So Somerville, Bob, this winter season in athletics have been proving the critics wrong left and right, and they're doing it again tonight. Andrew O'Brien trying to get the puck out and does. Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. It's really not worth calling play-by-play now, but I just want to talk about how excited I am. These boys are about to do it. They're about to do it, Bob. Every second that ticks away, so vitally important. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. It's time to start watching the Boston Latin netminder. Look front now. Nice job, just clear it out. Nothing fancy. Don't play around with it in your own end. Boston Latin goalie still in the net. Still in the net. This is Andrew O'Brien now. It's a minute 45 to go, and he's still in the net. Here comes Somerville again. This shot, that's going to be icing. This is icing. Very, very silly, Bob, what just happened there. I don't know if the camera caught it or not, but Billy O'Brien, following the player trying to catch up to the icing puck, Billy O'Brien threw a hit on him behind the referee's back. It was a little hit, but Bob, to get called for something silly like that and find yourself on the penalty kill would be devastating.
And Boston Latin just took their timeout. Keep in mind, Jim, you only get one timeout per team per game, not 400 like that of basketball. Some of the Wolfpack fans starting to file out here, Jim.
Oh, Bob.
All right, I'll run down your goal scorers real quick.
Run it down. Do something. I can't think.
Scoring for Somerville, number 6, Dominic Osceola in the first period, and number 22, Andrew Senesi. And scoring in the third period for Somerville, number 12, Bill O'Brien, and number 5, Eddie Farinato. No goals were scored in the second period. Scoring for Boston Latin.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but
because they didn't do it often enough.
I'm going to try and be professional.
Right, my bad.
Number 9, Pat Barnes, scored in the first period, and in the third period, scoring for the Wolfpack, number 15, Nick Collins.
Bob, the net is empty in the Boston Latin end. The fans are starting to file out. They've given up hope on their own team. I don't know if that's necessarily wise to give up on your own team with a minute 38 to go, especially now that they have the extra attacker. But one false move, Bob, one break, one bounce for Somerville. They got the open net. Santos now trying to get there to just knock the puck out. They got to keep in mind, Bob, it's a lot more important to get the puck out of the zone than it is to put the puck in the net. So I don't want them trying to line up a goal. I want them to get it out first and then try to line up the goal. And here's the chance now. There it is. Oh, that's all right. This is not icing. Santos gets it in time, and he can just hold it down there. Got a minute 11 to go. Santos now, the net is empty, Bob. Finally, the referee blows the whistle. He lost sight of it.
Great play by Santos to catch up to that puck and prevent icing, and also to force the face-off down in the Boston Latin zone. Why they're bringing it outside the zone is beyond me.
I don't know if they're accusing Somerville of tying the puck up.
I never heard of that.
Me either. I'm wondering if rules are different in high school hockey. We haven't seen this all year. It's certainly not a penalty. We got 5-on-5. It was not icing. It was not offsides, obviously. I spit again. They still got a 6-on-5 with an empty net. Vicente now down low. 1 minute. Under a minute, Bob. 4-2. This is going to take a miracle now for Boston Latin. Can they pull it off? Here's a shot from the slot, high slot area, goes wide. Some of the players now starting to crowd around the slot area to clear out any of the garbage in front.
Man in the crease, face off outside the Somerville zone.
This is when Boston Latin starts to feel that sickening feeling deep in the pit of your stomach that it's all over. Now keep in mind, Boston Latin beat Somerville 6-1 in the regular season, but they're starting to realize now that that wasn't the Somerville team that we all know and love. An off night during the season, and now they're paying the price.
And the coach for Boston Latin recognizing, this is a brilliant play by Boston Latin. Let me explain to you what's happening here. They put in their backup goalie, and the rule is he gets some warm-up shots. The reason why they did that is to give their players a breather.
Right, that is brilliant. Now you know that this backup goalie really isn't part of the game plan other than exactly what you just said. But Bob, the counter flip side to that is it gives Somerville's top line a breather as well. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Is it worth it? Who knows? Wouldn't it be Jeff Argenziano's confused, but I'm going to run over there and explain it to him again. But you see Jeff what's going on, Jeff, is by doing this, this gives their top line a breather, a chance to rest by warming up their backup goalie. They're allowed to do that, Jeff. And this is not a timeout. This is actually considered warming up your backup goaltender, which is not considered a timeout. It's legal, and it's actually brilliant. But it gives someone, says Jeff, but it gives our boys a chance to rest too, Jeff. Hey, Bob, I'm coming back to you, Bob. I explained it to Joe, and he says F.
Actually, it's an A for coaching.
I told him, I think it's brilliant. It could backfire, though. Let's see. Now, let's see what else is going to happen, Bob. Now he's going to run to the bench.
That's right.
There he goes. Oh, but it could go in, Bob. He might let it go. No. All right, we got 36 seconds. The net is empty again. Great play by the coaching staff of Boston Latin. You don't see that often. I don't even think I've ever seen that. Oh, almost breaking in was Billy O'Brien.
Bernardo was hit from behind. No call. That could have been attempt to injure. And now Farinado is exchanging words with Sweeney, and he just told Sweeney, "Look at the scoreboard, you piece of dog meat."
Yeah, mate. You say dog meat?
Probably not.
Na 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 na.
Hey, goodbye.
Na 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 na. Uh-oh, down. Farinado, an elbow call coming up on Farinado. He's going to go to the bench for a minute and a half. 17 seconds. Who cares?
No, Farinado was the recipient of that elbow.
I thought it was interesting when he was down on the ice. Bob, Somerville Highlanders have done it. 17 seconds, 4-2. You and I remain employed. We don't have to go down to City Hall. We don't have to call up the welfare people. We're still working. And more importantly, Somerville Highlanders have something to cheer about on Sunday night at Boston University.
Oh, you have it.
10. Clock stops at 10.
And now O'Leary just got a game misconduct for being a loser.
Yeah! But to be honest, I was watching the scoreboard doing a countdown. I can't even call what happened. Again, I don't care. Maybe it was something verbal he said. I don't know if you saw anything physical.
It was a cheap shot. A physical cheap shot, Jim. And now I am flashing the Boston Latin bench, the L.
The L. Now, Bob, the thing here is Boston Latin just got a 10-minute misconduct, and that could prove to be very deadly in the remaining 10 seconds of this game.
Corey McClintock is going to take the face off.
And well, he should. Somerville has proven himself against the odds again and again and again. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, your Somerville Highlanders are going to the South Division 2 championship game this Sunday night, March 7th at 5:30 to take on the winner, which has probably been decided a half hour ago of the Duxbury-Canton game. Duxbury this year was ranked number 1. Canton was ranked number 4. Don't let that fool you, because Boston Latin was ranked number 2, Somerville was 11, and they've done it again, Bob. These boys don't know the word quit. It's not in their vocabulary, and I thank their English teachers for that. As we watch them shake hands, I want to see if Ostriello gives one more head over heels check to Sweeney as they walk by each other. What do you say, boys?
Take me to the finals.
Why is there Zamboni on the ice when you got 50 high school kids on the middle of the ice? That is absurd.
I have a one-way ticket to the finals, Jim, and you're coming with me.
And we got a free entry, too.
That's right.
Woo! In the words of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo!
There you have it.
Boston Latin goes home, Bob. They don't know what hit them. Now,
That was Asiello.
That's right. Twice. Twice he did it.
Write this down.
2-4. So Bob, Romano now in the 3 playoff games is averaging 1.333333 and a third goals against average.
You do the math.
4 goals in 3 games. And Somerville has scored 4 goals in all 3 games. A total of 12-4 goals for, goals against. That is phenomenal.
And that will just about do it from UMass Boston, the Catherine Forbes Clark Athletic Center, where the Highlanders had come into this building in the 1999 tournament and won 2 games. This one being the semifinals. Jim and Bob will see you at Boston University for the finals on Sunday at 5:30. Who's your daddy?
And this is Jim and Bob reminding you to always get a library pass.